Hey, howdy. So, this friend of mine here, I've tagged down there, Big Cali 25, young Mexican girl driving truck. She's up here in the cold and snow, and her brakes froze. So, it depends on whether the brakes froze to the drums, in which case you just need a good hammer and get in there and pound them till you hear them go pop and that. Or if it's the valve that's frozen, the four-way valve up by the air tanks and that, if that's what's frozen, then what you need to do, everybody says, oh, just dump alcohol in it. Well, the problem is alcohol is a good idea, but it only works if air is going through the system already, even a little bit. So long as there's some air going through, alcohol will work just fine. But if you got no air going through, you can dump all the alcohol in the world and it isn't going to do any good because it can't actually get to it. So what you do is you go in, grab a windshield washer jug or some nice sized jug, go into the truck stop. I usually carry a little kettle in the truck with me that I can use to heat water up, and you get that jug full of hot water, as hot as you can possibly get it. And then what you'll do is you go and take that hot water and you pour it slowly over the valve. On most trucks nowadays there's an ABS valve there, but either way it doesn't hurt. You just pour it slowly over it. No, it does not turn it into a big chunk of ice. What happens is it heats the whole thing up, gets it hot, thaws everything out, gets all that ice, gets the air moving, allows your alcohol to travel freely in there. But it heats it up so much that it actually causes it to dry out. So there's no big chunks of ice there or anything. It's completely dry and it's warm. If you don't believe me, find it, take it on your bumper or something like that, or some chunk of metal when you're sitting there in minus in freezing conditions. Pour hot water over the metal very slowly, and you'll see the metal will get hot and the ice that's on it will thaw, drain off, and when you finish pouring the water, that metal will be dry. And that's how that works, is that hot water heats the metal, dries it out, thaws out your quick release valves, your four-way valves, ABS valves, whatever. It will thaw it out. You just got to be able to get above it. Downside is you're probably going to get a little damp. So if you have a busted airline, today's airlines are all plastic. Instead of the old days we had rubber, now you got all this plastic crap, which works great in the summertime, but in the wintertime that stuff turns to glass. So you break an airline nowadays, you try to repair it outside where it's ice cold and everything else, well, it just keeps breaking on you, keeps snapping, because it's a joke. It doesn't work. I miss the old rubber airlines and that. They were the best. So what you'll do again, take some hot water, pour it over those lines slowly. That'll give you a couple of minutes to work on that airline where it's soft and pliable and it isn't going to break on you while you're working on it. So those are just a couple more little winter tricks in that you can do with your brakes. Of course, when you park for the night, if you're on level ground, don't dynamite your trailer, just dynamite your tractor. If you're on level ground, you're not going anywhere. Just dynamite your tractor, leave your trailer released, and you should be fine. It shouldn't go anywhere. I know some companies will get pissy about that. Oh, you need to dynamite your trailer. No, you don't. If you're on level ground, you don't need to worry about it. The old days, we didn't worry about it either on level ground, but if we were on any kind of a hill, we would still chalk our wheels regardless. And that, because in the old days, if our air drained down, we had no brakes. The brakes would release, nothing there, but that was before spring brake mods. So anyways, that's my little winter advice for you with frozen airlines, air valves, and your brakes. Your brakes, get in there, tap it. If you can't quite get in there with a hammer, have a crowbar or a long piece of metal bar or something like that you can put against that drum, and you can tap that drum, and you can hit that piece of metal in that, because it'll transfer that energy through the bar into that drum. It's not as good as hitting the drum directly, but it does work. So anyways, that's my little piece of advice for everybody. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.